Hello, this is Mike, NoStressMike.com. And, wow, I'm done with my exercises, and I've ran my lap around the building. Now just kind of gearing down. But it makes, I was wondering, while I was doing all this, I was thinking, what obligation do I have towards others? And because I was thinking, all this that I'm doing, am I doing it for myself? I mean, that's what I'm doing, it is for myself. And that's an easy way of looking at it, because I try to stay in good shape. I'm not the young man anymore, but I can function. And the thing is, yesterday we're on a motorcycle ride, and we went about 100 miles, not that bad. But the other motorcycle broke, and it turned into an occasion, or an event. It was a tough event, and for me, I say, hey, for me, it was. I do things like this all the time. I'm going places, I'm doing things, and things don't always work out. And that's just part of the adventure. Things don't work out. You have to adapt to the situation, and then call a tow truck, come get the motorcycle. So, but that was the person with me took it really stressful, and by the time we got done, they're just, it was terrible, the stress and all the pressures that he had to endure. And but he doesn't get out, he doesn't do all this stuff. And this is what started making me think, okay, what obligations do we have towards others? So that's what makes me think, okay, the reason I want to stay in shape and healthy, for one thing, I wasn't planning on being sickly and old in the United States. I wanted to be in Guatemala. And but now travel down there, it's really trying to get there. I drive, so trying to get there would be terrible. And I mean, anytime, any place you can go there, somebody can stop you, and if they feel like they have the authority, like say police or military, then they can quarantine you. And then once you're quarantined, what does that mean? What's going to happen after that? So I mean, it could get really difficult. So that's not an option. So my option is staying here. And then do I want my kids to take care of me? No. What I wanted was my wife, because we took care of each other. And I didn't mind her last 5 years of her life. I was taking care of her. So I would expect the same thing from her. This is what a relationship is all about. So in other words, staying healthy, staying fit, you're not really doing it for yourself only. You're doing it for the people around you, the people that care for you. I mean, because who's going to care for you? That's why you're doing it. So then they don't have to care for you. And so that's one way of looking at your obligation towards others. And another thing is, I'll be walking down the street, and there's a mugging, there's something going on that's not right. I will get myself involved. But the reason is, I've been exercising, and I know what to do. I work out with weapons daily. So I know what's going to happen, and I know that this is going to be a bad situation, and I know everybody's not like me. So I got an obligation towards somebody, and I will take these steps, whatever I have to do, to honor that obligation. And once I do that, I'm just going to, and it's not like I expect thank you or recognition for doing this stuff. That has nothing to do with it. Man, I don't know how many times I've got myself in stuff and did my stuff and walked away. It's just, it happens a lot. And hey, go. She's trying to act like I don't see her. Hey, come on. I'm afraid she's going to get something to eat that she's not supposed to be eating. And but anyway, so that's, and by me stepping in to help somebody, I feel like that's a moral obligation that I have. Okay, now that moral obligation has its limits, just like everything else has its limits. Now, with the limits, if it's I might get injured or I might die, that's not a limit. You know, that's what I expect. I mean, why would I get involved in something like that unless somebody is getting ready to get hurt or killed, and I think I can do something about it? That's not the limit. The limit is who is involved. And like I say, I've traveled around in foreign countries and stuff, and I don't know the law, but I have morals. And if they're moral laws, I understand. So if police and military are arresting people and doing stuff, and I can see that it's morally just, I will go along with it. If it's not morally just, I will get involved. And most of the time, just the idea of the American getting involved and taking responsibility, that normally takes care of that problem. One of the things I saw, they were talking about imprisonment. In the United States imprisons more people, and they look at it as a bad thing. And on this video, I don't really want to debate if it's a bad thing or not, but I'll tell you, these third world countries I go to, they don't put that many people in prison. And that's because they don't have the facilities to really put people in prison. They don't want to take care of these people. They don't want to feed them, give them medical supplies, and and all this stuff. They don't want to do that. That's why they're not in prison. And so just because you have prisons doesn't mean that we're supposed to be so bad. They compared it to China, and believe me, that's no. And we got more people in prison in the United States than China by far, probably 5-6 times more. But the thing is, for one thing, they're going by what China reports, but they got a whole lot that are in camps, work camps, all kinds of stuff, taking body parts out of them and stuff like that. We, as a civilized society, we do the imprisonment, and it is something. It's no good. I don't like the system. I'm about to tell you, I've never been in the system for a prolonged period of time. A short time, yeah, but not a long period of time. And that's really what counts. Now, but what obligations do we have towards others? And towards others, another way of looking at it is towards other Americans. What obligation do we have towards other Americans? That's something you need to figure out and prepare to stand for. I know exactly. I mean, I've got my stuff all lined out. People that I talk to, they know exactly where I stand and what my range of help would be. But you need to figure all this stuff out now. Like I say, somebody's getting a ticket for not having a mask. You're going to give them a fine, a ticket. You're going to arrest them. You know what I mean? Tell me how that's moral. Okay. Tell me how that would be a law. Like I say, if a law is not constitutional or moral, it's not real law. It's a mandate or it's tyranny. You're being told to do certain things, not because it's right, because they want you to do it. Right now, what it's looking like to me is they want the servants of this country to be masked, because you see the ones with the power don't wear the mask, so they don't even want to see the faces of the people that serve them. I mean, it's worse than what I even thought. It's how our leaders can be so twisted in the mind is just amazing to me. I don't understand how that works. I know they're weird, I know they're crazy, but these people are on a whole different level. You need to figure out what obligation. We know our leaders feel they don't have any obligation to us. Their obligation is to themselves. Everything is focused on them, not us. And so we need to figure out what obligations we have. And like I say, don't be pushed around and made to do dumb things, you know, get jabbed and do all that kind of stuff. That has nothing to do with any of this stuff. It's just more control. You need to take control of you and understand what you are obligated towards others. This is Mike, NoStressMike.com.